first Game Seal MCs, Monique Patel and Dylan Bernier.
Good morning, everybody, and welcome to the 2026 First Robotics Competition and this year's challenge, Rebuilt, presented by Haas. We've got some great teams competing here this weekend, many veteran teams and some rookies. Welcome to all of our rookies here competing this year. Rebuilt is part of our archaeology-inspired season, First A, presented by Qualcomm. Qualcomm is proud to partner with FIRST to inspire students to make discoveries with your innovations and help you become leaders. A big thanks to Qualcomm for their 20 years of support for investing in your future.
Can we give a huge round of applause to Qualcomm? They're the reason this field is possible every year. Absolutely. And we're once again excited to partner with our Rebuilt season presenting sponsor, the Gene Haas Foundation. Anyone heard of them? Pretty popular. As a leading CNC manufacturer, Haas knows the skills you develop this season create success. And honestly, you know CNC manufacturing is a very tough job. I know a lot of your teams do it for your team, for your robots. So it's a very important skill to learn. So can we give a huge round of applause to the Gene Haas Foundation as well? They're the reason that make this field possible and all the FIRST robotics competition fields around the world possible. All right, take it away with our first speaker, Dylan.
Our first speaker is a leader in the evolution of smart infrastructure, overseeing the technology that makes our modern world more efficient and responsive. Joining us today as the Chief Solutions Officer of Building Automation at Honeywell, please welcome Greg Turner.
Good morning. On behalf of Honeywell, it's great to be here. My job is to solve problems, and all of you here since January 10th have been working to solve a problem. We talk about our employees at Honeywell as being future shapers, and I appreciate the fact that every one of you is committed to shaping the future by developing new solutions, solving new problems for your communities, and learning about the technologies that will drive the next 100 years. It is a fantastic trend in the industry right now that we see with AI making the intelligence possible, robotics making the physical possible, bringing them all together into one. We talk about the road between what has for years been called automation and true autonomy, being able to deal with those unknown conditions that are going to occur at any moment in time. We really are excited to be a sponsor of this event, a sponsor of teams, and watching this evolve. We need you to be successful. We learn from you just as much as you learn from industry. Thank you all and have a great qualifier.
Thank you so much, Mr. Greg Turner. While most teams have weeks to perfect their design, our next guest represents a group that proves what's possible in just 72 hours of pure innovation and caffeine. Lots and lots of caffeine. I was watching that stream. From the Robo Jackets and the Robot in 3 Days team, please welcome Charlotte Jolie.
Hi everyone, my name is Charlotte, and today I am here to represent Robo Jackets, which is a student organization at Georgia Tech. So I'm a freshman in mechanical engineering at Georgia Tech. I'm sure some of you can't wait for college and others don't want to think about it until the last minute. For me, I was elated that I got into tech, but I was super nervous about what would come next. And I was wondering how I could possibly fulfill the many, many, many hours that once were taken up by FRC. In the fall and early spring, I was lucky enough to be a part of the amazing inaugural group, the Robot in 3 Days group, which brought me further into Robo Jackets. For students who are looking for unique and exciting new ways to broaden their horizons, we have 5 different competitive robotics experiences, which are Robo Wrestling, Robo Cup, Robo Nav, Robo Racing, and BattleBots. For those who crave something familiar, you can participate in our Robot in 3 Days event, pitch in at our Robot Help Desk, or help mentor FRC teams through our upcoming outreach initiatives. Whether you want to go into communications, finance, computer science, or mechanical engineering at Tech, there's definitely a place for you on Robo Jackets. I thought I was joining RoboJackets for 72 hours, and now I've been to every competition in Peachtree this year. So if you guys have any more questions, I'll be around all day, or for those going to DCMP, you can stop by at the RoboJackets desk for more information about what life at Tech is like or what your future in robotics may look like. Good luck, everyone, and go Jackets. Oops, go Jackets.
All right, thank you so much to the RoboJackets, and please make sure to watch their stream next year. It's pretty cool, and maybe they have a recording. That'll be cool to watch too. But a key leader in developing the state's technical workforce, he serves as a vital bridge between industry innovation and our student competitors here on the field. To share some special remarks for this event, please welcome the president of the board for Georgia First Robotics, Mr. Brian Cooksey.
Good morning. Good morning. Thank you all for being part of our FIRST community and for being here today. We are so excited to see what you do on the field. On behalf of our board, we'd like to thank all of the parents, mentors, coaches, sponsors, everyone that makes this possible, and most of all, thank you students for being part of the FIRST community. I'd like to take just a moment and ask two folks to come forward and join me on the field. If Ms. Beth Culp, our Director of Operations, Ms. Deborah Cox, our Director of Strategy and Development, would please come forward. It takes a lot to run an organization like Georgia First. And these two ladies are the leaders of our organization, and I just wanted to make sure that you knew who they were. And I'd like, on behalf of our board, to thank both of them for their hard work and passion and dedication this year, for all that they've done to make these events possible. So please join me in giving them a round of applause. And you may also know the next person we're going to ask to come forward. She was our leadership team before we had Beth and Deborah. But for almost 20 years, our next person that we'd like to invite to come up, Ms. Connie Haynes, helped run Georgia First Robotics and helped start this program. So please come forward, Connie. We are so thrilled to have her back with us to celebrate what you're doing today, and we wanted to take just a moment on behalf of Big First and Georgia First to thank Connie for her many years of dedication. This event today and everything about FIRST Robotics in Georgia would not be possible without the hard work and many tireless nights of efforts that Connie has put forward, and her husband, Dr. Brian Haynes. They make a pretty good tag team. But we are so blessed to have a great organization, sound financial organization, so many great dedicated volunteers, and so many great programs for students like you. And it's really started with Connie. So please, if you're able, stand up and let's thank her for all she's done to make this possible. So on behalf of Georgia First and US First, I'd like to present this award of appreciation for Connie for all of her hard work over the years. And thank you is not enough, but we are forever in your debt for making this all possible. Thank you so much.
Thank you to everyone. 17 years I stood on this field, maybe not this one, but a field, and had the pleasure and the privilege of leading Georgia First Robotics, the best job I ever had. And I had some good jobs, but the best job I ever had. So just to thank the people who made my opportunity happen. First of all, the years of the board of directors. They were the best bosses I ever had. They gave me the runway to be able to build this program and believed in the ideas that were sometimes called Connie's harebrained ideas, but they gave me the backing and the support to do those things. Thank you to the volunteers, to the familiar faces that you see year after year and event after event. Thank you for believing and for sacrificing the time away from your families to be here to make this happen. Thank you to the coaches and the mentors who said yes. My years of being a teacher prior taught me that we sometimes as teachers did say yes, sometimes when we should have probably said, let me think about it. But thank you for saying yes, because the kids benefit from you. And those parents sitting out there, thank you for also saying yes, I'll show up, I'll make sure you get there, I'll make sure you have what you need to participate in a life-changing program like FIRST. And thank you to the companies and the foundations like Honeywell that's here with us today that said, yes, we want to invest in the future of our workforce in the state of Georgia and the future for the kids of our state. And most of all, I want to say thank you and congratulations to the kids that are on these programs, that choose to be on these programs. This isn't a class that you have to take. You choose to be here. You choose to be here in an area that will change the trajectory of your life. I can promise you that. So congratulations on your decision. So keep that going for as long as you can, even beyond, and become that volunteer, become that sponsor, become that person that's continuing the trajectory of FIRST. But thank you for everyone. Thank you to my board of directors. Thank you to Brian. Thank you to all of the folks that, Beth and Deborah mostly, that raised their hand and said, yes, I'll carry that torch and keep it going. And thanks for all that you had made for me in my experience with FIRST. Thank you.
Want to get a picture? Want to get a picture?
Now it is time to recognize our volunteers in the blue shirts. Please welcome the judge, led by Judge Advisor Brian Haynes. The judges want to hear your stories, your success, and challenges. This distinguished group from companies and organizations where you want to work someday, so go network.
Slight correction on our Judge Advisor. It's Mr. Chip McDaniel.
All right, we have Chip McDaniel. You just saw him, the Senior Technical Marketing with Automation Direct. We have Frank Borowick, Engineering Manager, retired from Rockwell Engineering. We have Shakar Munirathnam, I blew that, Senior Advisor, Cybersecurity Architect with Honeywell. Kenneth Wheeler, Bosch Rexroth, Lead Team. Jeremy Roberts, GSMST, STEM Resident. Scott Cox, Georgia Power Area Manager. Ravish Mathil, Honeywell Software Product Manager. Amy Bernier, Delta Forsyth County Schools. John Pendleton, Carnegie Endowment Foundation International Peace, Visiting Scholar. Adam Britton, Heliox, Senior Hardware Engineer. Pradeep Kola, Honeywell Software Architect. Scott Lee, Retired Cisco Systems. Brian Cooksey, Shaw Industries, Director of Workforce Development. Tom Cleveland, Interface Specialist with Inspire Brands. Dr. Brian Haynes, Kimberly Clark, and Connie's husband. And Sue Miller, Financial Analyst with Inspire Brands. Thank you, judges.
All right, thank you, judges. You have a very hard weekend ahead, so good luck to you and getting all these interviews through. It's a very competitive group of teams here. There's another group of volunteers you'll get to know here on the playing field. Their job is to ensure fair play, enforce the rules, and to help all teams compete intensely while maintaining their safety and gracious professionalism. Their rulings are final, and there will be no video reviews. Please welcome your referees, led by head referee, Mrs. Jan Sperlin.
Thank you. We are so glad to be here, and I've got a wonderful ref crew with me. Today, I've got Greg Welsh. He is the head ref from Dalton and Gwinnett. He is a director of Verizon MCI and a former mentor. Next up, I've got Molly Britton, who is a project engineer at Geiger. She also is a former team member. Next, we've got Daniel Mora, who is a teacher with Gwinnett County, who is a former team member. Then we've got Samir Gadbobel, who is a student at Georgia Tech, who also is a former team member. Starting to see a pattern here. And then last but not least, I've got Nat Cullen, who is a student at Lanier Tech and is also a former team member. Thank you, guys.
All right, can we give our referees a huge round of applause? They have a tough day as well. Along with a fair competition, safety is the priority at first. We want you to have fun and be safe at the same time. Helping us achieve that, please welcome our safety manager, Miss Jessica Chapman. Here at the event, we'd like to make sure you and your team have a safety plan. Mentors, please communicate your safety plan to your students and have a designated meeting space. Mentors and coaches, this building does not have air conditioning, so please make sure you're keeping your kids hydrated, well-fed, and constantly in the open air.
Now, as always, let's make sure everything you do this weekend reflects gracious professionalism. The mentors nominated by their teams for Woody Flowers Finalist Award, which was created in honor of Woody Flowers, the originator of gracious professionalism, will be honored during this weekend's award ceremonies. Throughout the competition, please maintain Woody's legacy by acting with gracious professionalism.
Absolutely. Mentors and coaches. Actually, students, can we give your mentors and coaches a huge round of applause? Absolutely. Mentors, you help set the tone at the FIRST Robotics competition. You help set the tone at your teams. You make sure your teams get here. So thank you for all that you do to make sure these kids have an amazing future and success in their lives.
The FIRST community cares for one another. So if you notice anyone at this event who's taking a hard time, they need someone to talk to, please make sure they find support, whether that be to their mentor, a volunteer, or any of our leadership team. Just making sure that those students get the help they need this weekend. Before robots play, please rise for the national anthem. Playing by Nadia Hawley from 9086. Now who's ready to play Rebuilt? We'll be starting qualification 1 out of 42 today and 60 overall momentarily. The other voices you'll be hearing today is Roy McConnell, the man, the myth, the legend, your game announcer.